Hey, it's Mike over at fishyourassoff.com, and today what we're talking about is what is the best tackle for tarpon fishing. Now that depends on what size tarpon you're going for, so you're going to need a few different setups, rod and reel setups, depending on the type of tarpon that you're looking for. Most of the tarpon that I catch are probably 3 feet or less. So that's what I fish for maybe 80% of the time, but every now and again it's pretty fun to use, a bigger reel, a sturdier rod, and maybe go for some of the big boys off the beach, or maybe in some of those deep channels where some of the bigger tarpon are hanging out. So you're going to need different tackle for each one, I guess is my point. So let's just go ahead and cover it. All right. Best tackle for tarpon fishing. Okay. I'm usually using a 4000 series reel with 20-pound braid, and that's on a 7 to 8 foot medium heavy rod. Now this right here, is too much reel when I'm only catching tarpon that are maybe 20 inches long, a couple feet. But that's all right. I'll loosen the drag and make it fun. But every now and again, mixed in with those smaller ones, will be a 3 or 4 footer. And you'll definitely need a 4000 series, because a smaller reel won't be able to hold enough line to reel one of those in. They'll probably spool you. So 4000 series reel, 20-pound braid, 7 8 foot medium heavy rod. It's a great rod. It's a great rod for redfish. It's going to be a great setup for snook around docks. You definitely need a 4000 series reel. Okay. Now, a good one is going to run you, well, more than that, a really good one. But the ones I get are above average. So I would say don't pay any less than $200 for your reel and your rod. So somewhere between $200 and $275 is going to be a great setup. Like I said, I wouldn't go less than $200, and well, you can go as high as you want. You could get a setup that's $400 or $500, but to me, that's what I use. You're gonna have a decent number of ball bearings. You're gonna have a decent drag. It's gonna be a good setup for $200 to $275. All right. So when I am going for the bigger tarpon, then I'll step up to my 5500 series reel, and that's gonna have anywhere between 50 and 80-pound braid on it. This setup is going to give you enough drag to get in one of those maybe 5 footers. They're approaching, getting close to 100 pounds, 70, 80 pound fish. 7 to 8 foot medium heavy rod is what you're going to need. And this is when you're fishing, say, inside a channel or something like that. That's what you're going to use. I like to take my surf rod out. I got a 10-foot surf rod, a medium heavy surf rod, that I like to pitch the 8-inch pencil popper topwater lures to the tarpon when they're running down the beaches. So, that's a surf rod, so that's a little different deal. But all I do is I take my 5500 reel and throw it on my surf rod, so you're good. You don't have to buy 2 different reels. You just need 2 different rods if you want to do that. And that setup's going to run you, $250 to $350. You can pay a lot more. You can pay a little less, but that's about your range. It's going to be somewhere in there. I wouldn't pay less than $250 if I were you, because you want something decent. Tarpon are hard on gears. Let's just put it that way. They can strip you out pretty easily. Especially if you have some plastic gears in there inside your cheap reel. It's really no sense in buying a reel for cheap, and then first time you get a big fish, the gears don't work anymore. So you might as well pay a little extra and just get yourself a decent reel. The rod too, I'm pretty agnostic when it comes to rods. I think a rod is a rod is a rod for the most part. Sometimes they have better guides. Sometimes they have a more flexible tip at the top and sturdier in the backbone. Whatever, whatever. That's up to you how tuned you want your rod to be to the kind of fishing that you're going to do. But just remember, the more tuned they are, the more expensive they're going to be. So these are just things you got to keep in mind. But you can see more of this information right on our website, It's www.fishyourassoff.com. The whole website is simple tips to help fishermen catch more fish. That's it for today. So until next time, we'll see you then. All right. Bye-bye.